For those subscribed to the channel, you may remember that in a recent video I showed you Wix Studio's AI-powered sitemap generator. And I also showed you how it not only builds you a sitemap, but also a high-fidelity wireframe that you can drop your own content into and click publish within minutes. So as a step one, coming up with your content and your layout for your site is definitely a good place to start. But what do you do once your site is live? How do you start interacting with potential customers and start growing your brand? Not only does Wix Studio have AI-powered tools to help you put your site together, it's also got AI-powered tools to help you automate your site. And in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can automate interactions between you and your customers. So heading back to this fitness website that it put together for me, I still haven't gone through and added content. So, you'd go through here, you'd add your own pictures, you'd add your own copy, and then you can go ahead and publish. But for today's tutorial, I wanted to show you how we could take, say, a contact response from this form and actually automate with AI a response to that client to perhaps find out some more information about them and what their particular goals around fitness may be. So we're going to navigate to our dashboard for our particular fitness training project. And if you come down on the left-hand side to this section here that says automations, give that a click. So this allows you to automate emails and any workflows that can help you to streamline your business. So you can create your own or edit app automation. So if you've got something integrated like a booking system, you can actually interact with those as well. So the way we're going to do this, you can explore the suggested, or we can come up to create automation, and there's a ton. You can explore this all day long. There are so many here that you can kind of just quickly, effectively sort of snap onto your website, or you can come down to the left-hand side and click create with AI. So on the right-hand side, you'll see that we can basically chat with Wix Studio's AI tool to tell it exactly what we want from this automation. Now, we can type or we can dictate. I'm going to go ahead and type in a prompt, and I'm going to say handle responses to the contact form, find out more information about the client and their goals with an automated follow-up email. And let's press send. So we're going to go through now with knowledge of my website and with what I want to achieve and put together a custom automation with AI, which is really, really cool. What's great is it's also going to ask you questions to help you make this response really relevant to what you need for it. So for example, here it said, what specific information would you like the follow-up email to ask the client? For example, are you looking to learn about their goals, budget, timeline, or something else related to your business? So I'm going to go ahead and say goals, budget, and timeline are useful. So two is to understand their previous activity levels, if I can spell, and their main reason for getting in touch. And let's get that sent. So it's completely understanding the context. It's now working out the best questions to ask. And now it's going to ask us which particular contact form that we'd like to use. So if we head back to the website and come down to the contact form, we can select this, go to edit form, and you can see that this is currently called contact us to. So give it a name you can remember. I'd always advise doing that. I'll just call this inquiry form and press save. And now we can go back to our automations and tell it it's the inquiry form. And here it goes. So it's understanding the goal, and it's going to go ahead and pair the response from someone's form request to a follow-up email, which is automatically going to send to their email address, which is really smart. The great thing is not only does this save you time, it also helps you with your reputation. So from a client's perspective, if you can provide a website like this to one of your clients, then from the offset, you've effectively provided them with a business suite of tools that automate the process for them. So not only is this much easier for you to build as a developer, but this is ultimately going to allow you to provide your clients with something altogether a lot more valuable. And there we go, the automation is ready. So on the trigger, when the form is submitted, we're going to send an inquiry follow-up email. So a nice simple two-stage automation. We can click activate or test. And if we want to, we can continue to talk to the automations agent to further refine. So let's go and quickly look at what it's done. So if we click on the trigger, it's going to wait to see when the inquiry form, and it's got the correct form, has been submitted. And it's then going to perform an action. And in this case, that's send inquiry follow-up email. If we click this, and we can see we get this nice email that gets sent through. So it's going to say, hey, and then basically their name. It was great to receive your inquiry via the form name. We can go ahead and customize this. Realistically, you wouldn't necessarily want one of your clients' websites to say thanks for filling in the inquiry form. But, there are certain ways you can word things and certain edits you could make. Again, we've had a massive step forward here in terms of how long this would have taken us. And we can then use the AI to further refine this, which is really cool. And all of the questions that we wanted to ask our client are baked into this email, which is going to send automatically. So your client won't have to spend anywhere near as much time on replying to every single inquiry, which is going to save them time, but also, again, make you provide them with something that ultimately benefits their business and makes you appear as a much more valuable hire for any future work. So we can go ahead and click activate. And if you want to, you can run a test, and that's now going to appear in our custom automations. So that's how easy it is with AI to automate sections of your website. We've basically, by this point with this particular site, started with a prompt, ended up with a sitemap, turned that into some really high fidelity wireframes, brought in our own content, added forms and booking systems, and have come through now and automated the back end of the site, which is insanely powerful for your client websites. And there's so much more that you can do with this tool, not just using the AI automations, but you can also go through and have a little flick through these kind of predefined automations that work with the kind of apps and built-in tools that are already working in your client's website. So for example, we have, if we go back to the website, a booking system where they can book online a bunch of services that we've listed out. We could therefore automate with AI or potentially with one of these pre-built solutions a reminder so that our clients' customers, when they come to, say, a fitness session, would know exactly what to bring in advance via an automated email that would send, say, the day or two before. So let's say they were going to turn up for a yoga session, they'd know they need to bring some water and a yoga mat. We've gone from solutions like this not being possible at all to taking an insane amount of time to now effectively being automated with the help of AI. And Wix Studio, again, has built these tools in to make your job as a website designer and developer really easy. And also, again, to make your services much more valuable to your own clients, which is awesome. So if you want to give this a go with one of your next client projects, then head to Wix Studio, give the prompts a go, see if you can start by generating a wireframe or perhaps even a sitemap and discussing this with the client. I've found it really interesting to kind of navigate the website creation process by actually going ahead and putting together the kind of really broad wireframe and sitemap first, discussing this with the client, and then kind of working out how that fits with their expectations before building something as powerful as this with built-in automations. So go ahead, give this a go. Drop a comment below if you've used this tool before, or if this is something you see yourself using. If you've enjoyed the video, please do give this a thumbs up, and most importantly, please do make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Whether you're a website designer designing client websites like this, whether you're a brand owner or a business owner looking to grow online, then this channel is all about digital growth. I want to make it really easy for you to grow a website, build social media platforms, and grow with ease online, especially in this highly competitive digital landscape. So if that's something that interests you, then make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.